What's up, guys? We're going to be playing some Call of Duty Mobile. I know my voice sounds different because Adrihhxhd, the owner of the channel, is my brother. So he's asked me if I could play Call of Duty on mobile for a video. So I said yes. So here we go. Waiting for this to load in. Just sit back and relax. Wait until that loads. All set. Tutorial. I already played this game on my main account on Adrihhxhd. Call of Duty.
They're coming. Are they? Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
No, keep going. You got it.
Oh! No, stay back.
Oh! If it worked outside, see, I have no reason to believe it.
The biggest NBA trash talker ever, Larry Bird. Larry Joe Bird was born December 7th, 1956. He played his entire 15-year career with the Boston Celtics and led the team to 3 NBA championships. Larry is an NBA Hall of Famer, MVP, and the biggest trash talker ever. Larry's trash talk was different. He loved to tell his opponents what he was going to do before he did it. For instance, in 1986, Larry told the media that he played his next game against the Trailblazers with only his left hand. He wasn't kidding. Larry made 10 of his 21 field goals left-handed and finished the game with 47 points, 14 rebounds, and 11 assists. When asked why, he said, "I'm saving my right hand for the Lakers." 2 days later, Larry and the Celtics beat the Lakers by 6 points. Larry did it again in 1988. Before the three-point contest, Larry walked into the players' locker room and said, "We all know who's winning this thing, so who's coming in second?" He didn't even bother to take off his warm-up jacket. But it was close, so Larry wowed the crowd with a walk-off three-pointer. Again, calling his shot before it went in. That's why they call him Larry Legend. Shoot me like if you didn't.
I was in court today, and there was a lady with her husband, and the lady was getting trialed for theft. So the judge asked her, what did she steal? And the lady goes, "I stole a can of peaches." Then the judge says, "How many peaches were in that can?" And the lady goes, 6. So then the judge decides to sentence her to 1 night of prison for every peach she stole. So 6 nights total. And when she sentenced her, she was crying, bawling her eyes out. She didn't know what to do. And right before the judge went to smack her mallet down to make it final, her husband goes, "Your Honor, wait. She also stole a can of peas." I was in court today, and there was...
Mr. Manic. Oh, that was a crazy dodge, bro. You got Ultra Instinct or something? Do it again. Oh, he's insane!
Guys, I gotta go. My mom's in the hospital. I have to go visit her. Hey, yo, yeah, we understand. Let us know if you need anything. Yeah, good luck. I hope she gets better.
Classic simp, ditching the boys for a girl.
Guys, I gotta go. My mom's in the hospital.
Over there.
Gotcha. Oh, I had him. Come here. We're going towards the storm, okay? Yay. $50 points away from contender. Nice. I've not played Arena since Chapter 1, Season 9. Yeah, that's gonna be a clip. I'm gonna have to make that one into a clip. He's got it.
Okay, son, I'm going to...
Break a Crown Royal bottle with your own strength? Those things are like indestructible, but I promise I will break it.
Before I did though, I wanted to figure out how I could break it with my bare hand. And I found a technique often used on Corona bottles, where if you hit the top hard enough, it causes the bottom to shatter. So I wanted to see if it was possible for me to do that with a Crown Royal bottle. The bottle felt strong, but I've never tried something like this before, so I gave it my best effort. If you don't get it right, it hurts your hands a lot. So after a number of fails, I wanted to figure out how strong it really was. I've seen people like the Cheeky Boyles and Sean Andrew do some insane things to try and break it. So before putting my strength to the test, I thought I'd drop it from a low height to see how strong it really was. And, well, I guess let me know how you would have broken it.
Break a crown.
Trying to be like Conor McGregor.
91.5. You know what she said to me?
She said, "You're a player, and I bet you got hoes." I said, "You don't know me."
Even the same tattoo.
I just go with the flow. She said, "You can't fool me like that. You're gonna leave me on red." I said, "Why don't you try me on out? I know you wanna be friends."
Trying to be like Conor.
There's a new XP glitch that will give you over 100,000 XP in the span of a few minutes. Go in any game, put up a few walls, throw down some off-road tires, and shockwave onto them. Just keep bouncing as you complete the challenge. With this exploit, I just hit level 100. Subscribe for more.
Will I win? But every time my heart rate goes above 120, I have to drop all of my materials. 99% saying no way. Come on! Heart rate's right here. It's 92 in the bus. This is gonna be a great game. Just breathe a lot. I got almost max wood. I'm nervous. I'm keeping the heart rate low. 104. You gotta hold your breath. 122? Dude, that did not work. You guys are trolls, man. Don't panic. Nobody panic. I have no mats anyways, homies. 4, 3, 2. We made it. There's 11 left. I know I gotta win it now for the YouTube. 115. Hold on. I gotta calm down, bro. I'm not reading chat. I have no ammo. We're good. I gotta get high ground just in case I have to drop them off. 121? You're kidding. Come on. I can win with no mats. I don't even need mats. 1v1v1. I need this kill so bad. Oh my gosh. Give me mats. Give me mats. Do I have to drop them again? I don't even have any more. Oh my gosh. 1v1. Subscribe for more.
1997, Michael Jordan had posterized just about everyone in the league. He dunked on Hall of Famer Patrick Ewing, big man Alonzo Mourning, and even 7-foot center Manu Bol. But at the 1997 All-Star Game, Dikembe Mutombo reminded MJ there was still one person he hadn't dunked on, himself. The trash talk was well-founded. In his 6 seasons playing against Jordan, Mutombo never got dunked on. The only time Jordan tried, he was blocked. Now, remember, Mutombo is a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, he's second in all-time blocks, and a Hall of Famer just for his defense. But if we learned anything from the Last Dance documentary, then we know MJ takes trash talk personally. And later that season, MJ got his revenge. Off of a designed backdoor pass and cut, MJ takes flight and dunks all over Mutombo. Then MJ hits him with the trademark finger wag. Mutombo still reminds Jordan to this day it took 7 years just for one dunk. But unfortunately for him, Michael Jordan got his revenge and added Mutombo to the highlight reel. Shoot me a like if you didn't know this, and give me a follow.
Connect peaches and Justin Bieber. Let's go. What's a peach? Fruit. What's another kind of fruit? Tomatoes. What color are they? Red. What else is red? Chilies. What are they?
Win the Mr. Beast challenge? The winner of this would get $100,000. And recently, after a couple failed investments, I personally have a...
Wow, Activision changed a lot of weapon stats in this update. Guess I'll have to test out my classes again. First, I'll test out my Pharah. Okay, guess that was nerfed pretty bad. What's next? Wow, XM4 has no damage now. Great. Okay, this is not looking too good. Milano has no range now. How am I supposed to play this game now? All the guns I used got nerfed. Okay, so practically every gun got nerfed, but sniper rifles are still one-shot kill from any range. Makes perfect sense, Activision.
Imagine the Lakers wanting to keep LeBron so bad, they kidnap him. Well, that's exactly what the Clippers did to DeAndre Jordan in 2015. In 2015, the Lob City Clippers were falling apart. DeAndre Jordan wanted out and he verbally committed to the Mavs. But days later, he got cold feet. The Mavs' Chandler Parson tweeted a plane emoji, implying he'd fly to Jordan's home. The Clippers' JJ Redick responded with a car. Soon, NBA Twitter went nuts, with Dwayne Wade, Kobe, and Michael Jordan joining the emoji battle. That night, a group that included Chris Paul and Blake Griffin showed up at Jordan's doorstep and locked him in his living room. They played video games and went out for chicken fingers, all the way until Jordan re-signed with the Clippers. 3 years later, DJ eventually signed with the Mavs, for real this time. But not before a Twitter war, a kidnapping, and one of the wildest nights the NBA had ever seen.
If you have any of these, I consider you rich. Part 5. If you have any...
How many seconds are in a year?
Probably over 2,000?
12.
What?
12 seconds.
How? Oh, never mind. Now I get it now.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
Go on.
12 seconds in a year.
How do you get it?
I don't know.
How many seconds are in a year?
Probably over 2,000?
12.
What?
12 seconds.
How? Oh, never mind. Now I get it now.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
Go on.
The greatest celebrity all-star game player ever, Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart was born in 1979 in Philadelphia. Growing up, Kevin loved basketball. He was pretty good and even invited to a private basketball camp that a young Kobe Bryant attended. While there, Kevin saw Kobe play the entire camp with only his left hand, and that's when he realized something. He, quote, was horrible at basketball. So that ended Kevin's NBA dreams. Instead, he became a world-famous actor and comedian. But in 2012, Kevin got another chance. Kevin was invited to his first Celebrity All-Star game. He scored only 8 points and was ejected in the fourth quarter, but through fan voting was able to secure his first MVP award. From then on, Kevin couldn't be stopped. He won MVP awards in 2013 and 2014, but in 2015, Kevin faced his toughest challenge. 14-year-old Monet.
This guy used a launch pad? No, he didn't. What is this guy doing? Wait, no! No way! You're joking. You're actually joking, right? This guy actually found the mythic goldfish in my custom game. Do you guys know the chances of finding this? It's 1 in a million to find. The spawn rate is almost 0. I'm holding the mythic goldfish in an actual custom game. That is so cool. This guy use a launch pad?
Time to get our loadouts, boys. Finally, I can use my fire again. Bro, no one uses the far anymore. It got like super nerfed. It's so last season, man. Wait, I hear somebody coming.
This guy use a...
Time to get our loadouts, boys. Finally, I can use my far again. Bro, no one uses the far anymore. It got like super nerfed. It's so last season, man. Wait, I hear somebody coming. Is your friend here still using the Farah? Yeah, you need to get with the times, man. That gun is like so obsolete now. Why can't I just use the guns I like? Why do I have to use the meta weapon? That's something someone with a negative KD would say. Oh, screw you. Well, watch it. You might accidentally injure an ant with that gun.
Oh, man.
This guy faked a 2-year coma to avoid going to court, and you won't believe how he got caught. His name is Alan, and he stole $60,000 from his 86-year-old neighbor. But as soon as the police heard about it, they started an investigation, and that's when he faked an injury. He said a garage door closed and it hit his back, and now he's paralyzed from the neck down. Even though the doctors said there was nothing wrong with him and they couldn't see anything, he still kept going to the doctor. This happened for 2 years, and whenever authorities came to his house, he would hop in a medical bed. Not only that, but he would pretend that he was in a coma at his house. However, 2 years later, he got caught shopping while he was supposed to be in a coma. He then got sentenced to 14 months in prison. This guy faked a 2-year coma to avoid going to court, and you won't believe how he got caught. His name is Alan, and he stole $60,000 from his 86-year-old neighbor. But as soon as the police heard about it, they started an investigation, and that's when he faked an injury. He said a garage door closed and it hit his back, and
walk in a straight line? I figured this might be a terrible use of my time, but after a bit, I started to realize how friendly the people are here, and even made a few friends along the way. And yes, I did face a few challenges, but it just reminded me that there's no obstacle too great to overcome. Well, except for the freeway. Maybe in the end, they just wanted me to realize that some things in life, no matter how good or bad, just have to come to an end. I guess we'll never know. Walk.
Yao Ming blew up the NBA. Yao Ming was born in 1980 as a result of an arranged marriage. Doctors told his parents Yao would grow well past 7 feet tall. Growing up, Yao didn't love basketball, but he was rewarded when he played well. So the 6'5", 13-year-old joined the Shanghai Sharks and began training 10 hours a day. The intense regimen worked. In 2001, Yao led the Sharks to the first CBA championship. He averaged a ridiculous 38 points and 20 rebounds that playoff series. The next step was cashing in off the NBA. The Chinese government took control of Yao's likeness and sent him to the USA. Yao went first overall in the 2002 NBA draft. Yao Ming instantly became the most popular NBA player. His first game against the Lakers attracted more than 200 million viewers in China. All-Star ballots named him a starter over Shaq by 250,000 votes. And Bill Clinton called him China's single greatest export to the United States.
I literally flew all the way down south just to go all the way
Oh my God. Oh my God, don't do it.
Coast.
Don't do it.
The craziest
if he hits this, this is a 10. If he hits this, this is a 10. No. No. I've never seen this in my life.
But flying out from like a big city
Yes,
like
let's
that,
go. That's a 10.
We
That's
out
a 10.
LeBron may never win a ring again, all because of one man. After the Lakers won the 2020 championship, they looked destined to repeat. LeBron and AD seemed unstoppable, but the next season, things didn't go as planned. They entered the playoffs as the number 7 seed. What caused the Lakers' fall from grace? 2 things: roster construction and injuries. In the offseason, GM Rob Pelinka tried to improve the roster, adding big men Montrezl Harrell and Marc Gasol. They also added Dennis Schroeder to replace Rajon Rondo and Wesley Matthews as a 3-and-D wing to replace Danny Green. On paper, they look solid, but on the court, they never quite gelled. Another reason.
You know that you're wrong, and I was wrong.
Fat and out of shape. Those were the words Kobe once used to describe his brother Shaq. Bryant also said that Shaq, with a Mamba mentality, would have led him to 12 championships and retired as the undisputed GOAT, like a double MJ. What really happened between one of the most dynamic duos of all time? Well, when Kobe first joined the Lakers, Shaq always asked for the ball. Kobe's response? That. Get it off the rebound if I miss, bro. In 1999, a reporter asked Shaq why the Lakers were struggling. Shaq pointed at Kobe and told him, there's the problem. Shaq took the lead when he won his 4th without Kobe. But Kobe got the last laugh when he got number 5 without Shaq. In the end, when they sat down and reflected on their careers, Shaq apologized. Yet, he kept his guard up. Imagine they would have stayed together. How many
Hey man, we got plenty of time to play today. I get off around 10 o'clock. Sounds good. Finally, the game started. Let's do this. Yeah, I died already too. Well, time to wait for another match to start.
Grade teacher asked her class the other day how many of them were Trump fans. And most of them, not knowing what a Trump fan was and of course wanting to be liked by their teacher, they all raised their hands. Well, all except for little Johnny. The teacher looks over at little Johnny and says, "Johnny, why are you being different again?" And he says, "Well, 'cause I'm not a Trump fan." And she says, "Well, why are you not a Trump fan?" And he says, "'Cause I'm a Democrat." She says, "Really, why are you a Democrat?" He says, "Well, my mom's a Democrat and my dad's a Democrat, so I'm a Democrat." She says, "Oh, really? Well, what if your mom was a moron and your dad was an idiot? What would that make you?" Johnny smiles and says, "A Trump fan." Grade teacher asked her class the other day how many of them were Trump fans. And most of them, not knowing what a Trump fan was and of course wanting to be liked by their teacher, they all...
This is how I get free food all year round, and it's super easy. Step 1, I downloaded a ton of food apps. Literally every single one I could think of. If I missed any, please let me know. Step number 2, I spread my birthdays at each restaurant throughout the entire year, and I keep track of it all on one sheet. Step number 3, just cash in your free birthday.
This is what would happen if Kim Jong-un died. Most likely nobody would hear about it until months after it actually happened because the government would keep it a secret. But when the citizens of North Korea found out about it, Kim would become a god. North Korea, after a leader dies, they still worship that person even though they're not around to even see it. And Kim Jong-un does not have a son to take over after he dies. So that means that Kim Jong-un will be their permanent leader. And it's been said that they're going to honor him by starting another world war. This is what
What happened to the kid who killed Julian Newman? Now his name is Jathan Bosch, and he attended this camp just like anyone looking for an opportunity to get a basketball scholarship and get some interest from other schools, but things turned out insane. Now the game started quiet with Julian Newman and Jathan Bosch going back at each other, but really there wasn't too much trash talk until Julian got mad and started talking crazy. He even threw the ball off of his head. Jathan had enough and started to let his game show, where he actually crossed Julian Newman and finished it. Everyone stormed the court. Man, this game was over and Jathan had finally won, but where is he now? Jathan actually attended Downey Christian Prep, which is Julian Newman's former school, where he only averaged 7 points per game, 2 rebounds per game, and 1 assist per game. Now, he just committed to Dayton State College, which is a JUCO school in Florida.
All right, let's get our loadouts. What is that? Oh, it's a nail gun. Bro, I told you to get your loadout with an actual weapon, not some sort of construction equipment, but this is my loadout. Activision added this gun in the new season, and it's one of the best guns in the game right now. There's no way a nail gun can beat an actual gun. Just you wait. All right, I'll be sure to revive you when you go down. Back up. He's got a nail gun. All right, let me try that gun out. All right, let's get our loadout.
NBA alphabet. A is for Allen Iverson. B is for Bill Russell. C is for...
So this mom goes over to dinner to visit her son, who is living with a female roommate. And she's had suspicions, but she gets to dinner and she sees that the roommate's very pretty. So basically, she kind of thinks that that's what's going on. The son, during dinner, realizes that that's what his mom's thinking, and he volunteers. He's like, hey, Mom, we're just roommates. It's not like that, okay? Don't even worry about it. About a week after dinner, his roommate comes to him and says, hey, ever since your mom came to dinner,
Michael Jordan shocked the world when he returned to basketball, both times. But he might have just gotten one up by the one, the only, John Cena! Now, nothing will ever top Michael's I'm back facts, or be weirder than seeing him in a Wizards jersey. But John Cena gate-crashing WWE's Money in the Bank event might come close. Now, when Cena left the world of wrestling to pursue acting, everyone thought that he would follow in the footsteps of The Rock, and he's already amassed a good bit of a resume. But after just a 15-month absence from the sport, not only did Cena show up unannounced to Money in the Bank, he also got into the ring with Roman Reigns, shouting, "You can't see me!" Now, the two didn't actually scrap, but that event was definitely a preview for something big.
This woman is really a 50-year-old man, and you won't believe what he looks like. This Japanese dirt bike rider has taken the internet by storm. She was a huge celebrity in the country, and everyone thought that she was super cute. And she got so big so fast that a Japanese news company wanted to interview her. But when they couldn't find her and contact her, they decided to track her down. But when they found out what she actually looks like, they were speechless. This is what the person actually looks like. He literally used an app to make himself look like a girl, and he fooled the entire world. This woman is really a 50-year-old.
It'll take a second for someone to jump in your vehicle and take off.
That cop is talking about Akon. He left his range running at the gas station, somebody hopped in and drove away. Now I'm sure Akon is frustrated, but he has to respect the hustle. Before he popped off in the early 2000s, Akon was making $175,000 a week jacking cars in Atlanta.
You go to the dealership and just test drive a car and never come back.
He used his cash to build recording studios in Atlanta and suddenly found himself connected to everyone in the rap game. But the most ironic part about Akon getting his car jacked is that it took place at a gas station. After his first 2 albums went platinum, Akon went where no rap.
All right, guys, we need to add some more guns for the new season of Warzone. What you got? Honestly, boss, we run out of ideas for weapons. What do you mean? We need new weapons so we can...
So this mother is working in the kitchen while her 5-year-old son is playing with his brand new train set after Christmas in the living room. She hears him conducting the passengers and he goes, all you sons of bitches who want off the train, get off. And all you sons of bitches who want to go down the tracks, get on because we're leaving. And she gets all furious, so she stomps down the hallway and yells at him. She said, we don't use that language in here, young man. Go to your room. She sends him to his room for 2 hours. 2 hours goes by, he comes back down, he starts playing with the train set, and she's listening again this time. And he goes, for the passengers who are remaining on the train, please stay in your seats while the other passengers disembark. For those who are disembarking, please grab your belongings, don't forget anything, and we hope you had a pleasant day riding with us. And she smiles thoughtfully, and the kid says, and for those of you who are pissed off about the 2-hour delay, go talk to the bitch in the kitchen. So this mother is...
Steph Curry has been shooting free throws all wrong. Despite maybe being the best free throw shooter ever, Steph should be shooting it differently. Guys like Curry, Steve Nash, and Ray Allen work tirelessly to get their mechanics right, especially on free throws. All three are among the best all time from the charity stripe, but scientifically speaking, they could be shooting it even more efficiently. A study at Yale revealed the best way to actually shoot a free throw is Brandy style. They found you could better control the angle of release and speed of the ball with an underhand shot. Rick Barry knew this back in the 70s and used the underhand shot to shoot a career 90% on free throws, the highest all time when he retired. His teammates, though, made fun of him. But turns out,
this little boy is literally allergic to himself. This guy's name is Junior, and he's literally facing life-threatening injuries every single day. And that's because he's literally allergic to his own hair. And he's been admitted to the hospital well over 50 times because he couldn't breathe. And his reaction he gets is so bad that if he runs his fingers through his hair and touches his face, it swells up. As a result, he must keep his hair short at all times and carry an EpiPen with him. The doctors ran an allergy test and they found out that he's pretty much allergic to everything. This little...
Here's what happens when you let your dog pick your loadout. Okay. I let her pick the gun, foregrip, barrel, the optic, suppressor, and grip. I know what you're thinking. There's no way a dog could actually make a good loadout. Wrong. Sally's the smartest dog on the planet and even more intelligent than Airbud. My dog made a better loadout than some of you guys do. The thing low-key beams. Not high-key, but low-key. And here's the kicker. Sniper scope and all, this thing beat a doof-doof. So which gun is she doing next? Say hi to TikTok. Here's what
Sir? Sir! Please step over here for a minute. Is this your bag, sir? Yeah, is everything okay? 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 Word from my colleague says you have illegal items inside this bag. We'll go through this together. Hopefully it's just one big misunderstanding. Yeah, hopefully. What the is this? What is this? It's toothpaste. Toothpaste? In a larger than 3.4 ounce container? No, that's not allowed. This, sir, is a goddamn chemical explosive. But it's just what? Just toothpaste?
Jimmy Butler received a noise complaint while he was in the NBA bubble. Apparently, security was alerted of a loud thumping noise coming from the Miami Heat hotel, so they went to investigate. After knocking on the door, Jimmy Butler answered, dressed head to toe in Miami Heat practice attire and drenched in sweat. He revealed that he was doing a full-on dribbling workout in his hotel room. Jimmy Butler received
3 times actors weren't actually acting. Starting off with number 1, Harry Potter. In the scene where Sirius Black dies, Harry Potter or Daniel Radcliffe's grandma just passed away, causing his emotions to be real. Number 2 is Lord of the Rings. In this scene right here, they had to shoot it so many times that he got mad and kicked his helmet and it actually broke his toe, and him breaking down and crying is all 100% real. Number 3 is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. In this scene right here, the kids were not allowed on set before they started recording for the movie, so their joy and excitement was all 100% real. Talk about a dream come true. 3 times actors weren't actually...
I don't have many memories when my father lived at home. I always treasure the ones we have. I remember one Saturday evening, and me and my father, we was watching TV. Suddenly his feet get cold, and he asked me to go upstairs and get his slippers. So, being the good son that I am, I go upstairs to fetch his slippers for him. But as I get onto the landing, I see 2 of my sister's friends in her bedroom. So I go up to both of them, and I say, Dad told me to come upstairs and fuck the both of you. You're lying, they said. Now I can prove it. So I shouted down to my father, Dad, did you say both of them? And my father quickly replied, well, what's the point of fucking one of them, you daft cunt? I don't have many memories when my father lived at home.
The biggest coincidences in the world. Shortly before their wedding, Nick and Amy decided to go through Nick's baby photos. In this picture of him playing at the beach during a vacation, Amy noticed herself in the background 11 years before they met. A reporter was asking people on the street in the UK if they remembered the final round of the 1967 FA Cup soccer game. The person he chose to interview turned out to be the goalie who played in the game, and look how happy he was.
Do you remember it?
I do, I played in it.
Did you?
I was goalkeeper for Liverpool.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well done.
亲爱的小朋友们，合金小车模又来了，可以开门哟。
man, no, God. Wait, what are y'all doing?
Three secrets that casinos use to get you to gamble more money. I know a ton of people that have fallen for the last one several times. Number one is they don't have any windows or clocks because they want you to lose track of time and gamble more. Number two is they have ugly carpets for a reason. They do this because they want people to look at the gambling tables and not the carpet. They also use colors to help the chips blend in with the carpet so you lose your money. And believe it or not, they make a lot of money when they vacuum their carpet. And number three, the cashier's booth is always understaffed. That makes it so there's always a long line to cash out. This makes it easy for people to just ditch the line and go and gamble more. Three secrets that casinos use to get you to gamble more money. I know a ton of people that have fallen for the last one several times. Number one is they don't have any windows or clocks because they want you to lose track of time and gamble more. Number two is they have ugly carpets for a reason. They do this because they want people to look at the gambling tables and not the carpet. They also use colors to help the chips blend in with the carpet so you lose your money. And believe it or not, they make a lot of money when they vacuum their carpet. And number three, the cashier's booth is always understaffed. That makes it so there's always a long line to cash out. This makes it easy for people to just ditch the line and go and gamble more.
The shocking way this man escaped North Korea. Oh Chong-sung was working in the North Korean military when he decided to drive a car up the MDL. This is the line that separates North Korea and South Korea, with thousands of armed guards defending it. He crashed the car, so began to sprint across the border under close-range gunfire. But before I tell you what happened to him, if you want to find out who your celebrity lookalike is, then go here on my profile.
Three secrets that casinos use to get you to gamble more money. I know a ton of people that have fallen for the last one several times. Number one is they don't have any windows or clocks because they want you to lose track of time and gamble more. Number two is they have ugly carpets for a reason. They do this because they want people to look at the gambling tables and not the carpet. They also use colors to help the chips blend in with the carpet so you lose your money. And believe it or not, they make a lot of money when they vacuum their carpet. And number three, the cashier's booth is always understaffed. That makes it so there's always a long line to cash out. This makes it easy for people to just ditch the line and go and gamble more. Three secrets that casinos use to get you to gamble more money. I know a ton of people that have fallen for the last one several times. Number one is they don't have any windows or clocks because they want you to lose track of time and gamble more. Number two is they have ugly carpets for a reason. They do this because they want people to look at the gambling tables and not the carpet. They also use colors to help the chips blend in with the carpet so you lose your money. And believe it or not, they make a lot of money when they vacuum their carpet. And number three, the cashier's booth is always understaffed. That makes it so there's always a long line to cash out. This makes it easy for people to just ditch the line and go and gamble more. Three secrets that casinos use to get you to gamble more money. I know a ton of people that have fallen for the last one several times. Number one is they don't have any windows or clocks because they want you to lose track of time and gamble more. Number two is they have ugly carpets for a reason. They do this because they want people to look at the gambling tables and not the carpet. They also use colors to help the chips blend in with the carpet so you lose your money. And believe it or not, they make a lot of money when they vacuum their carpet. And number three, the cashier's booth is always understaffed. That makes it so there's always a long line to cash out. This makes it easy for people to just ditch the line and go and gamble more. Three secrets that casinos use to get you to gamble more money. I know a ton of people that have fallen for the last one several times. Number one is they don't have any windows or clocks because they want you to lose track of time and gamble more. Number two is they have ugly carpets for a reason. They do this because they want people to look at the gambling tables and not the carpet. They also use colors to help the chips blend in with the carpet so you lose your money. And believe it or not, they make a lot of money when they vacuum their carpet. And number three, the cashier's booth is always understaffed. That makes it so there's always a long line to cash out. This makes it easy for people to just ditch the line and go and gamble more. 3 secrets that casinos use to get you to gamble more money. I know a ton of people that have fallen for the last one several times. Number 1 is they don't have any windows or clocks because they want you to lose track of time and gamble more. Number 2 is they have ugly carpets for a reason. They do this because they want people to look at the gambling tables and not the carpet. They also use colors to help the chips blend in with the carpet so you lose your money. And believe it or not, they make a lot of money when they vacuum their carpet. And number 3, the cashier's booth is always understaffed. That makes it so there's always a long line to cash out. This makes it easy for people to just ditch the line and go and gamble more. 3 secrets that casinos use to get you to gamble more money. I know a ton of people that have fallen for the last one several times. Number 1 is they don't have any windows or clocks because they want you to lose track of time and gamble more. Number 2 is they have ugly carpets for a reason. They do this because they want people to look at the gambling tables and not the carpet. They also use colors to help the chips blend in with the carpet so you lose your money. And believe it or not, they make a lot of money when they vacuum their carpet. And number 3, the cashier's booth is always understaffed. That makes it so there's always a long line to cash out. This makes it easy for people to just ditch the line and go and gamble more. 3 secrets that casinos use to get you to gamble more money. I know a ton of people that have fallen for the last one several times. Number 1 is they don't have any windows or clocks because they want you to lose track of time and gamble more. Number 2 is they have ugly carpets for a reason. They do this because they want people to look at the gambling tables and not the carpet. They also use colors to help the chips blend in with the carpet so you lose your money. And believe it or not, they make a lot of money when they vacuum their carpet. And number 3, the cashier's booth is always understaffed. That makes it so there's always a long line to cash out. This makes it easy for people to just ditch the line and go and gamble more. 3 secrets that casinos use to get you to gamble more money. I know a ton of people that have fallen for the last one several times. Number 1 is they don't have any windows or clocks because they want you to lose track of time and gamble more. Number 2 is they have ugly carpets for a reason. They do this because they want people to look at the gambling tables and not the carpet. They also use colors to help the chips blend in with the carpet so you lose your money. And believe it or not, they make a lot of money when they vacuum their carpet. And number 3, the cashier's booth is always understaffed. That makes it so there's always a long line to cash out. This makes it easy for people to just ditch the line and go and gamble more.
When rappers snitch on themselves, part 8.
I was kinda bored, so I got my clothes and went outside. Saw a person walking, so I shot him in the face, he died. Hopped up in my whip, then I drove away really fast. Heard some sirens, saw some lights, both pulled up on my ass. Pulled out my extended clip and let all of my bullets fly. Took care of the officers and also shot some random guys, sped away. Went to Chick-fil-A, picked up some food, they didn't say my pleasure, so I shot him, they ruined my mood. On my way back, saw a kid with a basketball. Ran him over with my car before he could pass the ball. Got back to my crib, my neighbor was cutting his grass. I'm like, shit, well, he's distracted, why not go rob his ass? Snuck into his house, took his money and his PS5. Then I went home and I got myself on Xbox Live.
Wi-Fi ain't working, Austin. That's stupid. fun, homie.
This little girl suddenly passed away, but what her mom found in a secret letter will make you cry. This girl's name was Taylor, and she was just your typical 12-year-old girl. And one day when she was doing homework just like every other day, she felt a strong pain in her chest. She then collapsed and hit the floor, and her mom quick dialed 911. She was then rushed to the hospital where she was in critical condition. It turns out she suffered from severe pneumonia and she slipped into a coma. And just a few short days after being at the hospital, she sadly passed away. As her mom was going through her stuff in her room, she found a letter that she had written. The letter was actually a note for herself that she was supposed to read in 2023. She talked about her hopes and dreams in relationship with God. Her mother was so inspired that she actually wrote a book on it.
He's so high.
Why did Young Thug
Why
did Young Thug have to pay Lil Baby to start rapping? Today, you know Baby is arguably the hottest rapper in the game. My Turn outsold every album in 2020, even outperforming Taylor Swift. But if you told Baby that 6 years ago, he would have laughed at you. Growing up, he was constantly getting into trouble. Despite academic success, he was expelled from high school at 14 years old. Baby turned to the streets and started hustling to support his family. In the early 2010s, Baby was arrested several times on drug charges and spent 2 years in prison. When he got out, he went right back to trapping. But one day, Baby decided to hop in the studio. Turns out, he was a natural. His demo immediately caught the attention of Young Thug. Nobody believed in him like Thug, but Baby was hesitant. Every minute in the studio would be money lost on the streets. But Thug knew he was a star, so he did what anyone would do.
Thug really, literally, paid me to leave the neighborhood.
However much money Baby made in the streets, Thug would pay him that same amount to hop in the booth. Fast forward, and Thug's investment has paid off massively. Throw me a follow if you didn't know this. And if you did,
This little girl suddenly passed away, but what her mom found it.
Here's everything you didn't see on TV during Game 7 of the Nets vs. Bucks. I'll even get to a hilarious Travis Scott moment that happened at the end of the game. The crowd made a mistake when they kept trolling Giannis at the free throw line. Them counting down his free throw routine helped his rhythm, and it was one of his best free throw shooting nights of the series. The Nets crowd is usually pretty quiet during games, but to their credit, everyone was loud, including Travis Scott, who went absolutely crazy after every Nets bucket. He was even trolling Giannis during the game and lost his mind when KD hit that clutch shot to send it to overtime. I wish I recorded that. The Bucks immediately started celebrating when KD airballed the game-winning shot. They knew they beat the most talented team they would face in the playoffs. Here's everything.
All right, your name is 21 Savage?
21.
All right, let's get started. How old are you exactly?
21.
Oh, well, that makes sense. How many jobs have you had in the past? Could you give me a specific number?
21.
21, huh? It's always 21 with you, isn't it? Okay then. So what do you think you can bring to the table for this company?
21.
Mr. Savage, are you paying attention in this interview?
Yeah.
You promise?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So given that our stocks are decreasing, how will you manage to boost them?
21.
All right, your name.
A man married a beautiful girl. He loved her so much. Once she developed a skin disease, slowly she started to lose her beauty. It so happened that one day her husband left for a tour. While returning, he had an accident. In the accident, he damaged his eyes and lost his eyesight. However, their married life continued as usual. But as days passed, she lost her beauty gradually. Blind husband did not know this, and there was no difference in their happy married life. He continued to love her, and she also loved him very much. One day, his wife slipped from stairs and died due to head injury. Her death brought him great sorrow. He finished all of her last rites and wanted to leave that town. A man from behind called and said, "Now how will you be able to walk all alone? All these days your wife used to help you." I was just pretending to be blind, because if she knew I could see her ugliness, it would have pained her more than her disease. So I pretended to be blind this whole time. She was a good wife. I only wanted to keep her.
This is one of my best Warzone clutches ever. With both my teammates dead, I have an entire team in front of me holding the high ground. I know that I can't miss a single shot with my Swiss K31 if I'm going to be able to wipe this trio. If I do miss, this whole team will turn around and fry me as I try to rotate the zone.
Nice.
Oh my! But we don't miss our shots around here. Unfortunately, it seems this team have self-revives, so I rotate into gas and then wipe them. Again. Now my final opponent makes a move for the Bertha. At this point, I have to be extremely precise with my Milano shots, or I'm going to be roadkill to the Bertha. But like I said before, we hit our shots around here.
Let's go!
So I gotta ask, did that clutch deserve a follow?
It's no secret that Rob Gronkowski loves the number 69. But once, during a high school basketball game, he took it to a whole nother level. According to his coach, Gronk went to the free throw line when his team had 68 points.